Locked on target.
Hi crew, welcome to the 20 minutes of game on Gryphon Knight Epic. This is produced by Cyber Rhino Studios and it's available on Steam for $12.99 or $11.69 until August 27th. And again, this game is worth a look at, and I actually am really enjoying it. Now, it is a shooter. I would put it the closest thing mixed with R-Type with Mega Man. And you'll see what I mean by that once I kind of get into the game. But let's just start off with the standard options before we start the 20 minutes of game. So, in case you guys are new to 20 minutes of game, basically what this is I do 20 minutes of gameplay and then I finish it off with a category review system where I tell you the scores for Warrior, Creative, Critic, Lore Master, Completionist, Seeker, and then I give you a total. So, that's more of what we'll be doing, and let's go ahead and get started. I want to showcase as much as I can. So review mode is engaged. Alright, so let's get started here. And I do have the one file. I have 3 stages left to beat here, and I do want to showcase one of the stages here. So let's just look here. All right, before we get into the game, we have, let's just figure out with my finger. This stage right here, I have the rune collected as well as I beat it on night difficulty. The kind of the fairy tale like symbol with the twirl, that shows what difficulty I beat it at. The diamond shows if I've found the rune in that particular stage, which is like a Metroidvania kind of exploration type thing that you could do in these stages, and you'll see what a little bit. Now I'll do the shops beforehand. Before we get into anything, you can upgrade your weapons that you find. You get weapons by defeating bosses in this game, which is why I said it's like Mega Man. You start out with a standard buster, or literally it's called the crossbuster. It does a charge attack just like Mega Man. Then you find runes which can be upgraded to give your abilities flat abilities. Then we have the market where you can buy cons, which I'm going to stock up on potions because that's really useful. Then you buy squires, which you can equip that kind of hover around you and have a different effect, whether it be an extra attack, healing every time it's defeated, which is what I have equipped, and let's just actually use a different squire that I haven't used before, just to see what's what and showcase a little bit more about the game, because healing is not very flashy. Alright, so let's do a stage that I've already done before, and we'll start off at the beginning. Now this is one of the starting areas. Okay, so you'll see the difficulty in the game, then I will go fight any other. And you'll see I have the 3 squires, and I do have my abilities here. Now these orange things, they go and they level up my squires. So I'm assuming I get a back attack right now, but when I hit the level 2, I'm going to get one of the side attacks on my squires. No, it's just straight down. Okay. Man, I want a forward, said they. But this is actually super useful for some of the later levels. I actually like the witch squire. And you can switch squires in the middle of every level. Too. You just start back at level 1. When you get hit as well, it will take some damage on your squire level. So that's pretty darn useful. I will say this, the enemies are very different on every stage. So you won't be, I think the only repeat enemy I've seen on this stage is the spiders, which are kind of a generic enemy anyways. But I only have found them in one other stage. And this is where it gets useful to have the backward shot. But it can switch directions with the B button on my 360 controller, which, it's a dual shock right now. I don't want to go that direction. I want to go actually down. Alright, let's go down. So I used that, and we're going to see some kobolds. As you can see, there's beautiful pixel art graphics. I really like the art style in this game, because it's not like, oh, it's 8-bit. No, this is like good solid 16-bit pixel art in this game, and I really enjoy it. So I will say that I really enjoy the art, and good job on whoever's the pixel art here. Rivals the pixel art found in Chasm in my eyes. So now we're getting a little bit more difficult as far as the area goes. I took a hit. Yes, you'll also see that Kobold mocked me when he hits me. The enemies have mock animations when they hit you. Well, some of them. And you see I took 2 hits. My familiar's back down to level 1. And so you're stronger if you don't take many hits with your familiar. So, but I can level it back up. Oh, and that's a special rune. I took a hit. Now I'm back down to level 0. Man, not doing so good. I should actually have used one of my specials. So I have unlocked various specials. You can unlock or use the special by pressing the X button. So this is my bow, and you'll see at the top it recharges. I also have a fireworks launcher, as cool as that is, from the boss I've beaten. As well as a sword slash that destroys projectiles when it comes there. And this is basically the story of the game. Is you're a knight that's kind of going back and trying to find your Shadow Link self. Because once you've killed the dragon and saved the princess, you kind of become fat and whatever, and you start thinking dark thoughts. Well, your dark thoughts split off and kind of do this. And this is actually a mini boss in the game. So he telegraphs his attacks, and this is honestly one of the easier mini bosses. And I want to switch. I don't want to use the lance, and here I am just talking and noobing it up. And once you kill one of those puff things, he releases some of the fungi which have taken him over. So, and I'm going to charge up my attack so you can see that. Yeah, it literally looks like a Mega Man blast. So, this is honestly one of the easier bosses. So you can see that this is like the beginning areas, if you will. Like, you're supposed to be able to pass this. You can build up your combo by killing enemies, and then it gets to the point where even if you're killing little enemies, you're going to be, there we go, you're going to be getting rewards and whatnot. So, Tree Stash has been defeated, and he's been returned back to normal. Basically, your crew, when they defeated the dragon together, which, you know, the epic part of this happened beforehand. When they defeated the dragon together, you got to take some of its loot. Well, evidently, the loot that you grabbed, like the weapons and whatnot, are imbued with something that actually makes you turn evil over time. And he's going around and kind of purifying with an amulet that he took. Remember when I said he had a dark link? Well, his dark side split off from him because he took this amulet of purity. And he can actually purify others by this. And he's going around and taking his old crew back, pretty much. And the beginning parts are easy, okay? Let's switch to swords here, which are going to be most useful. Given that the sword can block projectiles, and this is a projectile-heavy area. So you do have to use your weapons constructively and intelligently. So, and I'm going to free these dinosaurs. Going to go backwards for a little bit, just to clear out this. You have noticed I have been hitting these switches, and I'll show you. You can actually, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you hit all the switches, and you'll see the lights here, you can then go down. This will open up, and you can navigate back to this, and it'll go down. No, I don't want to go that direction. But I don't want to showcase that. But there is multiple paths in each level that you can go through, which I kind of really dig in this type of game. Like, I haven't seen a game do that. I don't want to spoil what's down there because of the nature of the Let's Play. I kind of just showcasing game stuffs. But suffice to say, part of me is like, oh man, I want to go back down there. To kind of showcase it, but it just takes too long to fly back and forth, and I want to showcase multiple levels. So, for the sake of this, I will continue on. Oh, it's important to note that I also have, I wonder how that gets open. I don't think I've got that opened yet. Because I do know the levers open the other thing. Oh no, the levers open another thing which opens that. Okay, yeah, it's a multi-lever system. But I really enjoy this type of system in games. And again, this area is considered to be one of the beginners. I will show you a harder level if we get the time. Actually, we will get the time that I've yet to beat. So... And I have been streaming this game. And I will continue to stream this game after this review is shot. And actually for this, I want to go to my equip screen. There we go. If you want to do a slow equip, you can still do it this way. For this, I want to grab the Shield Knight. So he will shield if... he gets hit or whatever. But this is another one of my allies. Watch your tongue, Oliver. I am a blah blah blah. And you'll notice a lot of, or actually every one of your allies rides an animal of a sort. Like this game's called Gryphon Knight, and he has a basic attack. Now I have to shoot the monkey for this boss. And from what I can see, he's weak to sword. So I just blasted him with sword. Okay, I've done the monkey. Now they'll begin that other ability. But man, I just took down 3/4 of his health. Just like Mega Man, each boss has their own weakness. It's not readily apparent though, but he's pretty much neutralized by the sword blast. So, there we go. Blah, blah, blah. Killed me already. I can do better than that. I think this amulet can cure you. And then, bam, you cure your friend. And, I'm sorry I've done the tree stash. Blah, blah, blah. Take this weapon. Changed me into everything I hate. Blah, blah, blah. Take the weapon. So, I really like this story. That you're not really, like, blowing up bosses. But you're going and you're like rescuing your friends as well. And I like this concept of this is already like I've got the girl, I've married the princess, and all this stuff starts happening when I long for the glory days and whatnot. And my evil side approaches and whatnot. I'm going to go to the magic tower. And actually I'm going to equip... No, I think I'm going to stay with shield for now. Oh, I'm going to keep sword. Sword and bow. No, I'm going to switch to bow. Bow and sword actually are probably the most useful. Actually, come to think of it, lance might be useful in this one. I don't want to blow these enemies up because they give poison cloud gas everywhere. So, yep, that's my problem. There's these beholders. Usually get a hit on me, but with the lance I can charge forward. So lance is actually meant to help you in this, and you'll see what I mean by that when I get to this next portion. And I think lance is meant to be the counter for this level. So this is relatively simple. It kind of introduces the concepts that if you fly into those enemies, does this. Now I have to beat them. I have... That just ate a hit for me. So shields are useful. Or the shield squire is pretty darn useful in my eyes. I'm avoiding this. I get invulnerability when I charge. So that's what I mean by it's useful to get around here. Because my hitbox is not really like super useful. I didn't have the lance the last time I came through this area. We're going to get another beholder section. And I used to use the lance to quick shot. Yeah, lance is definitely what you need to beat this area. So, like, I said this was super hard, but lance makes it pretty darn easy to do. Like the charge. Good, I have hits stored up. I much prefer hits. And then I get to showcase a boss I haven't gotten to, hopefully. Yet. Yes, you cannot destroy these things. You just have to avoid this. And I actually haven't gotten past this portion. This part reminds me of Battletoads. Like, those shiny things. I can't be that far from the end of the game, though. I just hit a checkpoint. Oh, man, a beholder in blue stuff. Okay, I switched direction. Okay. Let's time the beholder to fly by it. That's just mean, though. Oh, no. Okay, I could change direction right in the middle of my flight. Should save me. But you can see the challenge level in this game. And I make this akin to the Mega Man franchise. Not because it's like a platformer like Mega Man, but I feel like the difficulty is like Mega Man. Oh, these things are annoying. If that one hits you with the brain, you can become confused, and then all your directions move or get moved. Ah, but now I get double damage because of stupid poison. Poison will tick twice and damage you. Let's grab this because I have no clue what's ahead. Like, I haven't gotten this far. So... Ah, there we go. I've got the confusion state, which isn't very easily done. The bad part about confusion is once you get out of confusion, you start moving regularly, and it happens quite sudden. Like, that's what gets me more with confusion than anything. I'm just going to dodge. Use a potion. Oh, this is the boss. I shouldn't have used the potion before. Oh, gosh, 3 directions. I'm guessing there's switches we have to hit to open that up. Interesting. Is this going to be a puzzle? Okay, I see. We have to make the colors. So red and yellow. Purple is blue and red. Oh, darn it. My last hit. No, I didn't want blue. Let's reset. At least I have infinite ability. I actually am really enjoying that I get to showcase this, because this is new. Like, I haven't gotten to this point before. This is the first time the game has done anything. Wait. Oh, I'm just trying to make green right now. It didn't fully reset. No, it's green's blue and yellow. Dur-to-dur. Orpa-dur-pa-dur. There we go. I like that it gives you the stuff anyways, like the colors, in case you're like you don't know colors and primary color combinations. Dang it, I want to showcase the boss because I'm really liking this portion. Oh, jeez. So you shoot this. Okay. So this has to go like this. This needs to be shot. This is that combination. This needs to go down. Bam. I feel like I need to hit him somehow. Just once. Let's see if we can get it down. Or whatever. I have 36 seconds left. Oh, man, I don't want to quit this game after 30 seconds. I want to showcase the boss for you guys. My apologies for derping around trying to get the switch. But my natural curiosity got the best of me. Come on. 17 seconds. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to actually showcase a little bit more than 20 minutes a game because this is just interesting to me. Where is this girl? Alright, crew, sorry that we didn't get to that boss battle. That breaks my heart, but let's get into the category review system. I did have a family stuff, so I did cut the part, so if it jumps, sorry. Usually I do it in both at the same time, but I got interrupted by some family stuff. So here we go. For our first category, the warrior, I give this an 8. The combat is fair, the challenge is great, and almost all the weapons are useful. Now I will say some of the usefuls are more. Some of the weapons are more useful than others, like the sword. Weapon swapping is more clunky than I wanted it to be, but if you press select on your controller, it kind of takes you out to do it anyways in a more controlled manner. So I really think that the L1 and the R1 switching will get you into trouble, but it's how I would have designed it. So I give this a solid 8 as a warrior. Great challenge. I love all the difficulty levels. I feel it's like it's fair. I wish there was a little bit more variety in what I'm doing and kind of different basic attacks for the Gryphon, because I'm tired of enemies just kind of slightly being out of my X-axes and me being able not to do anything, and they have like a continuous beam attack, or there's just a bunch of different things that prevent me from getting on that X-axis without being hit. So that's just a minor critique, though. For creative, I give this a 5. There is no cosmetic customizations. You always get the wonderful stashy beard guy thing majig, but you also get the challenge and I mean, it's just a solid creative build system, because you get to equip whichever weapon you want, and you get to equip your familiar. So I give it a solid 5 because you do get to kind of build and play the game how you want. You get to change the difficulties. You get to go through the levels how you want, because most levels have branching paths. Now, as a critic, this is my highest score, and the first time I've ever awarded this out, I give this a perfect 10 as a critic. And it's not because this wowed me with its amazing music and its great pixel art. I gave this a perfect 10 because it is nearly perfect on the control scheme. Great art, great soundtrack, as I mentioned, interesting story, engaging gameplay, and good enemy variety on each stage. Every stage feels unique and lovely. Like I got to demonstrate for you, the last stages of the kind of science stage actually included puzzle elements, and I really like that. Now, what else could you want? Because this game also gives you great personality as far as what the different characters are. I've laughed several times at the dialogue, and I love the story, which brings me to the lore master. I give this a solid 8 as lore master, and I love the profiles on the enemies. Now, I did not get to show that off, but if you press Y on a stage area, it will give their bio, their attacks, or the main enemy's bio, attacks, and the story of what's kind of going on in the zone. And I really kind of like that mechanic. And for Lore Master, I love playing the epic thing has already happened, and the guy's kind of getting, our main character's getting fat on peace and prosperity. He gets the girl, he has the kids, and he's out buying groceries pretty much when this whole story goes down, and he longs for these glory days, and that's the root of how like stuff goes down. And I really, really like that. I love that there's good variety of interesting characters and unique themes to each level as well. Each level feels so different from each other, whether it be like the ice level where you're escorting 5 of your soldiers down below and you need help on the mid-boss, or you know, like you have to, I don't want to spoil any more of the level, but basically you have to escort your 5 soldiers as Viking armies are fighting all around you, and versus like the pirate ship level, which I didn't get to show you, which has cannonballs flying at you from all directions at any given time, and it's so satisfying. Now, for my completionists out there, the guys that like to do things for the challenge, they like the 100% games, now I'd say that there is a pretty good reason to complete this. Now, to my knowledge, there's not anything special to unlock, but the Steam achievements are fair, and they also give a decent amount of challenge. I would feel satisfied by 100% in this game. As a matter of fact, as a completionist myself, I'm considering 100% in this game after the review, and of course I'll be streaming it on twitch.tv/LockedOnTargetShow. Shill my Twitch. But I love this game in general, as you can guess by the review thus far. Now, for my seekers out there, those that love exploring, that like world building, that love just going out and having choice, now I give this game a 7. It has branching story paths. The game type kind of negates it, but I love that I can go front and back. That's not really done in shooters all too much. And if I just want to farm coins, I have that option. I have the freedom to do most stages at any time, and that pretty much nets this as solid 7. I can do them in any order, as I was mentioning. So the world itself is engaging, and as a closing remark before I get to the final score, I want to see more of this world after I'm done with each level, and that is my highest recommendation I can give. Is this game feels like Mega Man to me, and this game has nothing to do with Mega Man, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that boss power-up and that feeling of going through the stages feels like a Mega Man game to me. And I recommend it to all those who like Mega Man-esque games. Oh man, this is a good game. And speaking of good games, the final score for Gryphon Knight Epic is 44 out of 60, a great game. Now, I gotta say that I am very surprised at this game, and I just wanted to make sure I cover the price here. It is by Cyber Rhino Studios on Steam for $13 or $11.69 until August 27th, and you can find that link down below. It will link you right to the Steam page, and I highly recommend this. I have had a lot of fun reviewing this, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching the review. Now, I will say, again, I will be live streaming this game. Go support the developers. When I have money, I will be buying another copy of this game out of my own money, because this game is worth owning and supporting developers. So thank you, Cyber Rhino Studios, for sending me the review copy through Evolve PR. And until we meet again, stay on target.